Okie dokie. Here we go. This is my last little video here. What is it? 7:51. Well, I'm already packed up and everything, so I'm getting ready to head downstairs, give me something to eat, and check out and head to the airport. This has been a long ass week. This is my last day. Well, I don't even know if this counts as a day since I only got a couple hours left, but I'm getting ready to head out after a pretty it was a chilled and eventful week. I was tried to stay active the whole time I was down here, which is pretty hard to do over a period of 8 days or 8 or 9 days, however long I was down here. You have to take some time to just chill out and do a bunch of nothing just to kind of recuperate. But it's been pretty good for the most part. It has not been a perfect trip. But it was fun. Since it was my first time up here, I got a chance to see a whole bunch of stuff. If I ever come back to Vegas, then I'd have somewhat of a plan, since I know where everything is, I know how stuff works, and if they overhaul a bunch of stuff, I got a feeling by the time I come back, there's going to be a lot of new stuff down here, because they got a lot of construction going on, so it's going to be some new stuff, probably towards the end of this year and into 2014. But it's been pretty good. I'm satisfied. But one thing I didn't post on was what was it? Fuck, man, shit. My reservations, yeah. So I made my reservations for this trip back in August and September. So with this site called TripRez, Vegas View is what most people might know about. So I made all my reservations and paid all my reservations through TripRez, which went bankrupt. And there's a lot of people whose New Year and holiday plans went south because of that. They went bankrupt, and I don't remember getting any notice or anything like that. Only thing I know is a bunch of people got fucked. They got royally screwed. Or some people, if they made flight reservations and stuff like that through TripRez, when they went to the airport to fly wherever they was going, you know, if they was coming to Vegas, they didn't have tickets. Just like when I got here and I paid my room for both my hotels, you know, for the whole time I was up there, was all paid up front. When I got here, wasn't paid. I went to check out. Well, I had already been in my room for a while, and I remember not getting a confirmation for my second room. So when I came up here to Circus the day before I was supposed to check in, they gave me this paper telling me that I had a balance, which was damn near the whole amount. And, you know, I didn't know what the fuck was going on with that, so I ended up I was going to come back the next day to figure that shit out. So once I checked out of bills, you know, That's when they said, well, you got this balance you gotta pay. I'm like, fuck, what balance? You know what I'm saying? I paid this shit already. And they was like, she was like, well, didn't the clerk before explain? I said, they ain't explaining shit to me. That's the only thing I know is I made my reservations, I paid my shit up front, and I ain't owe y'all shit. But what happened was, the little travel agency went bankrupt, and they didn't. I don't know how that stuff works when you pay them and all this other stuff. You know, I made plenty of reservations through other travel agencies, and I don't know how that goes. You know, since I made the shit reservations way back in September and August, that the shit wasn't paid. You know, in December, but shit wasn't paid, and luckily I made all that stuff on my credit card, so I have a chance of getting those charges wiped. I'm pretty sure after some long ass process that I'm probably gonna have to go through, but I got all my receipts and bank statements and all that stuff. But you know, they told me I had a balance. She told me about the trip red stuff, and once I got to Circus, and the lady was like, yeah, they told us up front. They didn't, you know, we didn't get in the hotel and you know, stay in that motherfucker, you know, for what, 4 days or whatever the fuck we was in there. But that didn't ruin the trip. Luckily I had some room where I can still afford to cover that. But it cut down on the activity quite a bit. Yeah, we were supposed to have done quite a bit, but once that happened, having paid, you know what I'm saying, paying for 9 days, and then when you get here, you have to pay for 9 days. That shit ain't cheap. And, well, nothing out here is cheap, really, unless you just a baller, you know what I'm saying, but that amount of money will put a dent in anybody's plan, so I was able to still move around, and we were still able to do stuff, and not have to really worry about money, all that. I got all my souvenirs bought. I got that done. You know what I'm saying? We got kids. I don't know if I posted about the West Coast All-Stars with Q, Too Short, E40, Ice Cube, Bone Thugs and Harmony, and The Game. We caught that show, but it was pretty good. All the artists did pretty good. In my, you know, opinion, the artists did pretty good, but it was my first time seeing any of those people in concert, so I was kind of just happy to be there. E40 was okay. You know, I had forgot that it was actually songs that he did way back when that I liked. Too Short, of course, was cool. He did the hot recent stuff and some of the old stuff. Who else? I forgot. Bone Thugs and Harmony was pretty much the height of the show. So that was pretty good. I had never seen those boys in concert before, so that turned out pretty good. Then we got who came up? Ice Cube came up next, and it's pretty good. Even though I wasn't familiar with a bunch of his stuff, it turned out pretty good. He did a pretty good show. But, you know, even though Ice Cube was like the headliner, he wasn't the final act. Because the show was supposed to start at 8. You know, we got there around 7-ish. And let's just say it was after 2 o'clock. It was like 2:30 in the morning when we left out of there. And that was after Cube went up. The game still hadn't came up yet. And once Cube was done, once Ice Cube was done, everybody left. Well, I'll say most of the people left. Everybody, it was like you could see everybody walking through the doors. It wouldn't, during that intermission, they wasn't just going for refreshments and going to the restroom. They was heading to the fucking gates. And the game still hadn't come up yet. So I don't even know if that boy performed or not, because by the time he would have came up, it wouldn't have been nobody in there. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't know none of the game shit. I know who he is, but I don't listen to him, and I don't know none of his songs. So it wasn't no thing for me to get the fuck up and leave, because it was already late in the motherfucker. And we didn't get back to the room till probably damn near 4 o'clock in the morning. But that show was pretty good. The New Year's stuff, I got some other videos and stuff I'm gonna post from last night, and that was an experience. It's I had never done anything like that, you know, for New Year's. It was just chaos. I don't know if I've ever been around that many people before. And once I post the video and a couple of pictures, you'll know what I'm talking about. But it was crazy. It was crazy. Of course, when I noticed during my trip down here, like I said in one of my other videos, was that the atmosphere, you know what I'm saying? You know, that's part of the whole holiday season thing, where everybody is pretty much in a good mood, and you know, there wasn't a whole bunch of drama or nothing going on down there. But just like I said before, the first couple of days, Sunday through at least Tuesday, it was like I said, it was almost all Asian down here. It was nothing but Indians, Orientals, and some Middle Eastern folk. You know, there was a whole lot of veils and covered up women and dots and all that shit. You know, there was a lot of it. It was the majority. You know, and for the most part, all the people down here, this is like the ultimate tourist town where everyone has the accent. You know, everyone has the accent. It's like it wasn't any like real just Americans down here. Even though people look like white folks, when you talk to them, they don't sound like them. They from somewhere else. You know, that didn't change until Wednesday. And once we got to when we switched out and came to Circus, that's when the Hispanics came out. 'Cause we walking into Circus was like walking into Mexico. I'm not even trying to be funny. That's just how it is. I mean, it's packed. It's packed up in here, and everything was cool. And then Friday rolled around. That's when the concert was. But once all people showed up, you know, once the black people showed up, I hate to say this, but once the black people showed up, the whole atmosphere down here changed. It really did. I went a good 4 or 5 days down here where I might have seen maybe a handful of black folks each day. And the closer we got to New Year's, once we got maybe a day and a half away from New Year's, you know, Sunday, Monday, that's when the black folks showed up. And of course, that's when all the drama shows up. That's when you get them. You know, I could go to the restroom and go take a piss, take me a shit, and, you know, just do whatever I'm going to do, you know. And you can't go in there without hearing, you know, some argument between somebody and some black dude. Just unnecessary shit that you just let slide by. You know how black folk is, you know. And like I say, last night, I'm pretty sure a whole bunch of people got arrested. But I seen one black dude get, you know, hauled off, you know, and he just going off at the mouth with this gangster talk they do out here with that blood shit. And he going back and forth with some white boys in some suits. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who pushed who. I don't know, because, I mean, we was in a fucking mosh pit, man. You know, a mile fucking long mosh pit. You know, you get into a pushing match, you know, where everybody's being pushed and shit. And, you know, it's old ass people, you know, 70, 80 years old, right in the middle of all this shit. Everybody getting pushed around. Black dude, cop attitude. You know, he got these afro puffs and shit, whatever, hollering all this blood shit. And the white boys going back at him, but they up there dressed up, they in suits and shit, and, you know, they trying to sell the shit down. He steady going on. But who the fuck you think they gonna put in cuffs? Your black ass. So he got hauled the fuck off, and there was a bunch of other crazy other stuff that I, you know, wish I hadn't seen from my people, but it is what it is. But that didn't ruin anything for me. But I'm gonna be happy to get back to the house though, because I am tired. Last couple of days I just been tired. Feet hurting, walking, I don't know. It takes forever to get to the room from the front door of Circus. Once you get to the hotel, that's just like a halfway point. You still got to go through a whole bunch of other shit. Next time I come, I definitely won't be staying here, though. But that's my little video. Just give y'all a little update. No more than most of y'all don't give a fuck, but whatever. About to get out of here, and I will see y'all at around 3:15 or whenever the fuck my flight lands, and I will be back in Houston, and I'll post my videos and stuff then, and then back to normal. Go back to work tomorrow. So, see y'all people later. I know ain't nobody miss me, so I ain't tripping on that. Fuck y'all. I'm gonna go have me some fun in Circus. I'll probably pick a fight and then run out the goddamn hotel. Catch me a cab and boot up out of here. But I'll see y'all later. I'm out of here.